I can shut my eyes and see her sitting in her rocking chair, her tattered Bible in her lap, crying to the Lord in prayer. She'd ask Him to protect me and somehow lead me to His fold. Then one day I met her Savior because she shed those tears of gold. Those tears of gold that flowed back then mean more to me today. By her faith, through those tears, God answered when she prayed. If I could gather all the riches this world and all its splendor holds, none would ever be as precious as Mama's tears of gold. I'd love to tell her that I love her. I'd like to thank her for those tears. I'm so glad now for the life she lived. She walked with God for all those years. But she's gone now, how I miss her. One glorious day I will behold heaven and my Mama because of love and tears of gold. Those tears of gold that flowed back then mean more to me today. By her faith, through those tears, God answered when she prayed. If I could gather all the riches this world and all its splendor holds, none would ever be as precious as Mama's tears of gold. If I could gather all the riches this world and all its splendor holds, none would ever be as precious as Mama's tears of gold.
Hello everyone, this is Connie Hall from Connie's Country Gospel Corner, and I want to introduce to you a gentleman that I've known for some time now and have found him to be a wonderfully talented singer and songwriter, but most of all, a very good friend. I want to welcome to the program today from Talequah, Oklahoma, Doug York. What a pleasure to have you here, Doug, and good morning to you.
The pleasure's mine. Thanks, Connie.
Yes. Doug, I'd like to go back and get some history on your childhood, maybe, to tell our listeners a little about your upbringing and how were you involved with music when you were small?
Well, actually, I went to a small church. We had a piano player, but really not a guitar player. But there was always a gentleman that come to visit every now and then with a guitar, and I was just intrigued by the guitar. So I would watch his hands and then go home and learn those chords on the guitar, the cheap guitar that I'd bought by picking strawberries, and go home and practice those chords. I didn't know what they were, but I knew how to make them. So that's kind of what I did when I was 12, 13 years old.
And then you learn as you grow older, right? How to do this, how to make it all work. I would like to say, Doug, in listening to your music, I was so intrigued in the fact that you have a very unusual approach to your writing. It seems that your lyrics are inspired by life experiences, maybe, and they come out as special messages in your songs. Am I correct in this assumption?
Yeah, I try to take everyday life experiences and try to attach it to a song. I seem like I can remember those experiences better when I got a melody behind it. So that's kind of why I came up with songs to remember them. The instance I was going through, or someone else might have been suffering or experienced.
Yeah. Well, I have found that to be so even in my own writing as, things that people sorrow, loss of children, you name it. it comes out in a song somehow or other. And I think God means them to be that way, so we have something to share with people.
Yeah.
Now, at the beginning of the program today, we kicked it off with your own composition. Could you tell us about that song and how it came to be?
Yeah, the first song is actually called Tears of Gold, and that's the song that was inspired by my mom. I had a praying mom, thank God that I did. There's no telling where I might be, but she was really instrumental in keeping my feet on the ground. And when she passed away, I wrote this song just a couple days after she had passed. And but this is called Tears of Gold, and it really kind of it helps to tell the story of my mom and her dedication to the Lord, and how that dedication has kept my feet on the ground.
Yeah. Well, you had mentioned about walking into your house and finding her on her knees in prayer for you.
Oh, many times. Come home from school and slam the screen door, and then I could hear her in the back praying for me, praying for everyone. And even at the time, I was kind of upset that she mentioned my name, because I know if she got God on her side, that I didn't have much of a chance to try to do the sin like that I was doing. So
You had all kinds of trouble then, eh?
yeah, I sure did.
Well, thank God for a praying mother.
Yes.
And your second song here now that we're going to share, can you talk to us about that one?
Yeah, that's a song called "The Storm," and I had gone through a bout with cancer a few years back. I think it's been 9 years ago, and was having some medical issues and wasn't sure what was going on, and wound up at the doctor, and then they immediately admitted me and performed the surgery for me to find out that I had cancer, and it was pretty. It was pretty a striking blow, because so many of my family had passed away from cancer, and I thought it was probably a death sentence. But I prayed and asked God, why me? And of course, He got me through it. But anyway, the storm is kind of helps to describe some of the stuff I was going through, and how I was able to lean on Him and to get through that trial. And no matter what, I finally accepted the fact, no matter what happened, I knew that God was in control, whether I lived or died. I just wanted to put God in control of that situation.
Yes. You know, I've had my own situations too, where I've had some serious health issues, and it seems like that's when God is the closest, when we're at the lowest point, and we really need His help, you know. So,
yeah, that's important.
Yes. And then when it's after it's all said and done, we can write beautiful songs like After the Storm.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Now here we have Doug York singing The Storm.
You've always been here to protect me. You gave me hope when I had none. Through each trial, you've never left me. You're loving Father, and I'm your son. You wrapped your arms around me when I was weak and battle worn. I don't know why I'd ever doubt you. I know you'll get me through the storm. You'll get me through this storm. You've done it before. There's no reason to let this get me down. After all, you're still the Lord. Your mighty hand can calm the raging winds. When you say, peace, be still, this ain't nothing for the God I serve. You'll get me through this storm. This may not turn out as I had planned it, but I know you know what's best for me. If I keep clinging to your healing hand, you'll help me claim sweet victory. Though winds and rains come in like a flood, and my vessel is weak and torn, I can't forget that you're the only one who can get me through the storm. You'll get me through this storm. You've done it before. There's no reason to let this get me down. After all, you're still the Lord. Your mighty hand can calm the raging winds. When you say, peace be still, this ain't nothing for the God I serve. You get me through the storm. You'll get me through this storm. You've done it before. There's no reason to let this get me down. After all, you're still the Lord. Your mighty hand can calm the raging winds. When you say, peace be still, this ain't nothing for the God I serve. You'll get me through the storm. No, this ain't nothing for the God I serve. You'll get me through the storm.
Doug, I'd like to ask, do you have a website or somewhere where people can go and find you to...
Well, I don't. I've got, I do have a phone number, or I've got an email address that people could request, CDs. I've got 3 CDs that I've done, all original songs. I think I've written probably 150 songs, 160 songs, but
Wow.
I've got 3 CDs that I've completed. The last one I'm really proud of. It talks about, there's a gentleman by the name of Tim Crouch that helped produce that, and I'm really just amazed with his talent. He had worked with the likes of Alan Jackson and Dolly Parton and people in that class, and heard one of my songs on one of the internet sites that I had put it on, and really liked the style, and so he asked if he could be a producer on my last project, and he is, and just did an incredible job on the stuff, just really kind of interpreted the way I had in mind in my head. So very, very talented young man.
And that CD is available now?
Yes, it's available now.
Awesome. So if people want to find out or to get something, how do they contact you?
Well, they could contact me by email, of course, Pickin' Hot Licks, PICKINHOTLIX at sbcglobal.net. Or they could always call me at 918-863-6888.
Okay. And you do have a Facebook too, correct?
That's correct. That's correct. You can go on Doug York and request friends, and we'll certainly link up, and I'd love to do that.
Well, it's been a true pleasure to have you, Doug, come on the program here today and sharing your talent and your music. But as we close out the program, we have another song that we'd like you to tell us a little about, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, this song is called "Put Legs on Your Prayers," and that actually came to be a true life experience. I was in outside sales and was in an area of this town that I was working in at the time, and noticed an older lady mowing her grass, and I come to find out she was 94, 95 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it made me mad that she was out there mowing her grass when her friends or neighbors or family wouldn't lend a hand to help her get her grass mowed. And so as I drove by, I thought to myself, I said, I can't believe they're not helping her. And so I went around the corner, and I said, well, I don't really have time to stop and help her, but I can pray for her. So got to thinking about that prayer, and that prayer didn't have a whole lot of strength, because I thought to myself, I need to put legs on my prayers. Just
Yes.
but sometimes putting lays on your prayers is more important. So I
Yeah.
made a circle and stopped back and gave her my business card and told her, when you ever need your grass mowed, call me. I felt convicted. So anyway, come to find out, to make the story shorter, she did pass away a couple of weeks later. But anyway, just impressed on me to try to make an impact by stopping, and prayer again is important, but getting dirt on your hands is just as important. But anyway, that's how the song started, even though the song doesn't mention that in it at all. That's kind of what started this song, with put lays on your prayers. And anyway, that's hit home with me, and again, I just kind of like life set the music with me for that song, put lays on your prayers.
Yeah. And then the song itself has a story that kind of followed up with that, right?
Yes. There was, as I left town that day, there was a gentleman stalled on the side of the road, and the same thing came to mind. I was wondering, did he have anybody that could help him? And so that's kind of how the song even more from there about putting lays on your prayers. So
God works in mysterious ways his wonders to perform, right?
He does.
Doug, is there anything that you might have on your heart to share with the listeners today? Feel free to do that here.
Well, I appreciate the life's lessons that God gives us. If we can use those and apply them to our life, then we can certainly gain by that. It's the little things that you do that count the most with God, and I appreciate him giving me those examples to live by and to follow, and everyday occurrences that happen that you can learn to grow and be an example to the world, which is certainly what the world needs today.
Yes. And you are married, is that correct?
Yes, been married for 47 years to a wonderful, wonderful woman. We have 3 children and 4 great-grandchildren, and we just love each other so much, and she was so instrumental. My wife was so instrumental in getting me through my surgery and getting me through life and helping me to grow up. So I appreciate her so much.
Grow up, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's funny. But I've gone to your Facebook enough, so I've seen your pictures, and I think you look like a very happy young couple when you watch you two of you. So
I appreciate the young response there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Doug, it's been wonderful to have you on the program, and I wish you nothing but the very best, and I thank you for your time and sharing here today.
Connie, appreciate you. God bless you.
Yes, you too. I want to thank all of you for coming to Connie's Country Gospel Corner today. Please share with your friends and come back again next month, where we'll have a very special artist for you. And here now is Doug York doing another masterpiece called Put Legs on Your Prayers.
As I drove out of town, I saw a truck stalled by the road. This old man had his hood up, frustration clearly showed. I wondered if help was on the way, 'cause it looked like it might rain. Should I stop? No, I'll just say a prayer. After all, I'm running late. 10 miles or so up the road, it began to rain real hard. I heard a noise and almost lost control. I just blown a tire. That old man pulled up in his pickup truck, said, "Let me help you with your spare." He said, "The only way we're gonna change this world is with elbow grease and prayer. You gotta put legs on your prayers. Words alone won't change a thing. You can think it out, you can pray about it till you're blue in the face. You can have big intentions to let your little light shine, but until you put legs on your prayers, pretty words ain't worth a dime. I felt so ashamed. I passed him by and it didn't help. I learned a lesson there in the pouring rain. Don't just think about yourself. I apologized and shook his hand. He said, I guess I'd better go. He smiled at me and said, I hope that helped. I said, more than you'll ever know. As that old man drove away, a rainbow filled the sky. The thought occurred to me, could it be he was an angel from on high? He said, put legs on your prayers. Words alone won't change a thing. You can think it out, you can pray about it till you're blue in the face. You can have big intentions to let your little light shine, but until you put legs on your prayers, pretty words ain't worth a dime. But until you put legs on your prayers, pretty